Que lo que mi gente es su hombre, Adrian, de nuevo. Yeah, man. Something on my lip. Must have been the food I was eating. Anyways, I figured I don't have corona, just so you know. But I figured I'd give an update video since I haven't in a while on Spanish and me learning Spanish. And I wanted to give a couple tips that helped me because I realized that it definitely helped. Start off with a little story. I recently went to República Dominicana, Dominican Republic. And yeah, man, I was there and I ended up losing my phone. Yeah, man, I lost my phone and it was a struggle, but it wasn't. So you think about it, like you in a whole nother country that speaks a whole nother language and you lose your form of communication, you know, when push come to shove, you lose your lifeline, right? Well, that's what I did. I lost my phone. And so I couldn't Uber anywhere. I had to call and catch taxis and let them know where I was going. Now, mind you, I'm used to just Ubering, putting in the address I'm trying to go to. They come, I may have small talk and keep it super small and go on about my business, right? Couldn't do that this time. Everything that I was doing was like extremely hard. Now, everyone knows it's extremely hard to speak to natives. You know, it's totally different when you're learning and practicing than when you're speaking to natives. I mean, there's so many different barriers, right? You know, you listen to people that's teaching you, they tend to speak slower, so you're able to understand everything that they're saying. And you know, it's a whole lot easier. Dialect's different, the words they use is different, all of these different things. And so what really helped me, because I was so shocked, I actually was able to do everything I needed to do. I wasn't uncomfortable, I felt great, and it all worked out. What I did was and this is something that you guys can try, and this is for somebody that's learning. You know, I feel like a lot of videos come from people that's already learned and they're like excellent. I would take 1 to 2 minute clips of conversation, right? And I would listen to it over and over and over till I felt comfortable with it. Now, this is on the immediate to advanced level. You can do this as a beginner, but I didn't do it as a beginner. I did it on intermediate and advanced level. I would do that just to get a feel for what they were saying. And then after I got comfortable with that, I would speed it up. So if the speed is on 1, I would do that for like a week. And I would do like advanced conversation for like a minute or 2, listening to it. Then I would speed it up to like 1.25 to where they're talking extremely fast. Pretty much like a native talk, extremely fast. So there's no breaks in what they're saying, is just straight. 1.5, then I go to 1.5 till I'm really hearing it. And so when I'm in, you know, Dominican Republic, I'm understanding. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, oh wow, like I get it. Unless they said a word I just wasn't familiar with. But as far as what they were saying, I could hear it. And I was like, I was impressed. I was shocked. Because the last time I was there, I think I was kind of nervous. And I made sure to use all my lifelines that I possibly could to make sure that I was comfortable. But me doing that over and over, I do it every day. And then I would go faster. And then I switch conversations. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't listen to a 30-minute clip because I feel like that's just overload. You know what I mean? And eventually your mind's going to just start wandering. Because you don't want to really listen passively. It's like I said, somebody learning. Passively listening to Spanish never worked for me. I would put it on in the background. You know, you change your phones, you listen only to Spanish music. I would have to be like into the Spanish music with the lyrics, practicing, studying, all of that. Like that whole passive thing didn't work for me. Maybe it works for you. I don't know. But listening to Spanish and then speeding it up and speeding it up. I mean, of course, if you got native speakers and you're able to talk to people in the street, that's totally different. Because even people that you know, right, they speak to you in Spanish. They know you're learning, so they tend to slow it down a bit. But someone has no clue and that's not what they used to doing and they just talking regularly, you like, oh my gosh, this dude is talking so fast, I can barely understand. But try doing that, you know what I'm saying? And let me know how that works for you. Drop a comment. Also, let me know of any good, you know, podcast or good YouTube channels that people can listen to help get that, you know, that street feel of Spanish. And not just what you're taught in the classroom. Because if people talk like that in the street, we would probably all be good and we wouldn't need these videos to help us out. So drop a comment below. All right, man, I know it's been a while since I talked about Spanish. I just wanted to give that update. Holla back at your boy, man. I'm out.